So School of Architecture is kind of whack. We already know that. We've already covered the whole like shadiness of this whole thing.
Yeah.
So right now we're doing like a group project, and so pretty much what it is we all have individual research groups divided by 4. I'm not going to really explain it, but like we all have individual crit times. So I'm in a secondary group, which is stewardship, so I was sitting during it, and we're waiting for the 2 people in the actual group, and we're just waiting and waiting. It's been like 10 minutes and they still haven't showed up, so everyone's kind of like, where are they? So they're like looking for them, and they finally go to their desk like, okay, they found them. And then our coordinator walks back, and Cassie's like, they were watching anime.
They were watching anime.
And then they kind of walked in, and my professor's like, nice of you guys to join us. And they're like, yeah, we were super busy.
It's like, I could feel you like being like, what anime were you watching?
Literally. So I looked over at Carter, and we were like, weebs. And we were both like, okay. And everyone else in that room we already know was everyone else's weebs. So I was like, right after our group, so I'm like, hey Matt, so what anime were you guys watching? And he's like, oh, I was watching Attack on Titan. And I was like, yes, I love this so much. And so I was like, what episode are you on? He's like, I don't know. It was like a really good part. I'm on episode 7, like Aaron's Titan the Titan just showed up and just like yeeted a person and just
You're
jumped
like on
in.
season 1?
Yeah, he's on season 1. And I was like, because he just started. And he was like, yeah, and like Aaron, like he's like, I'm at the good part. Like the Titan just kind of like started punching a bunch of people, and I was like, you're literally at the reveal where it's Aaron is the Titan, and I was like, that's the worst time to be interrupted. I was like, oh my gosh. So that was funny. Like, so that was kind of the week, and then I found out later that day, my friend Cassie walked up and was like, yeah, so I was like watching Naruto and stuff, and I was like, you watch anime? And I'm like, and we were talking, and I'm like, yeah, like, you know, because she was talking about a gatekeeper of the. She said that Naruto's not real anime because it's popular in America.
I don't believe in that statement.
I don't either. She was like, yeah, this guy's like, Naruto's not anime, Dragon Ball's not anime, like, you know, these like in Pokemon. And I was like, it was made in Japan.
It's made in Japan and it has like original Japanese audio, but
so that means it's anime. I was like, whatever. And she's like, oh, I didn't realize you're a weeb. And I was like, yes. Let me tell you about my podcast. And she's like, you have a podcast? And I was like, yes, I do. And it was just like, it was pretty funny. We just kind of like bonded over that. But yeah, so.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, so that's, you know, just, you know, missing crit in the School of Architecture.
Missing crit.
Because they're watching anime and I'm just like, I can't do this. So, yeah.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Bingers Anime Edition. As always, I'm your host Mo.
And I'm Matty, and we're just a little podcast that talks about different animes with our fellow weebs out there. So this is the first episode we're recording, which I don't know if we've already said that, but we are. So I'm very flustered apparently for this episode, and I don't know why.
This is like Matty automatically went to like newbie podcaster.
He's like, how do we do this?
Like, how do we podcast? How do we speak? Do we look at the camera? Do we look at do I look at you? And it's like, dude, just do the podcast how we normally do it.
Everything's fine. So now, if you're on our Patreon, you'll get to see the unedited version of us doing the podcast.
Garbage.
Oh, it's rough. Okay. Yeah, and I'm very behind on editing right now. Like,
it's fine. It happens.
It's fine. I need to seriously edit. I'm glad we're 3 weeks ahead of schedule.
I mean, even if like you literally edited one episode, it would be fine.
That's true.
You know,
I'll do that tomorrow. I have I have a couple things to do tomorrow. But yeah. Oh, guess what happened earlier this week?
Tell me.
Your gift came in.
It did.
One of them, not all of the gift, just one of them. And I was like, oh.
Oh.
I was like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, why is this in my mailbox? And I like looked at it and I'm like, oh. So I like shoved it. It's sitting in my room somewhere.
He's looking around to make sure that he didn't.
It's been a rough week. No, it's hidden because, it was Saturday came in, like right before you guys came over for D&D. And so I was like, So I like threw it under my couch and I was like, no. But yeah. Oh yeah, we also did D&D on Saturday.
Yeah.
And we did it on,
we did D&D for 6 hours on Saturday.
I'm so sorry.
It was fun. It was fun.
It was my first time DMing. I should have split that into 2 different sessions, like, because I had a whole like back half planned. Like I had like a whole like story.
We just like did the like beginning part and then skip to the end.
And then I was like, guys, there's a chamber that just opened up. It happens to go exactly where you need to go. And then you guys were like, wait, who's the person that's the cult leader? You're like, what's going on? And I was like, you guys killed one of the characters that was supposed to be at the end. And I was like, okay, whatever. Let's just...
Gabe killed one of the characters.
Okay.
Everyone else told him to keep him alive.
Yeah,
But
but like, literally, this, like, okay, I should not have made him an abusive father if I wanted him to stay alive, but I was like, it was the hook to keep your characters invested in the story, and then the hook was too strong, and y'all just burnt this man to a crisp in the brothel. I was like, whatever. That was fun, though. It was fun. And you guys massacred that one bandit gang, like...
dude, like, literally when I stuck my longsword into the face,
it just, like, you, like, tortured this dude. Like, you had his balls crushed, you had, like... cut him in half, and the other dude got decapitated, and I was just like, dear Jesus. And then what was his name? Robert, that was in the back of the caravan. He's like, I think those are my cousins. Then he ate his cousins.
What, Karen, and then Jim
and Carrie.
Jim and Carrie.
Jim Carrey.
Jim and Carrie.
But came back as zombies later.
Came back as zombies. And Carrie almost killed me.
Yeah, literally, I was like, oh shit. I was like, oh no. That was good. That was fun. And
it's okay, I used my second wind, and we were all good.
You hid behind a table.
I hid behind a table.
I kind of was like, yeah, hide under the table so you don't get killed, because I can't have you die before you go to the major cult battle. First campaign, and I kill everyone. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
It was fun.
I am so glad. Okay, but it was so stressful. Y'all, you don't understand. Like, planning a D&D campaign, you should not do in 2 days, which is what I did. And it was rough.
You'll have a while now, too.
Yeah, now I have to figure out what exactly I want to do. It'll be fun. Everything's fine. Has anything going on in your life?
I had a quiz on Friday.
Oh, did you do well or did poorly?
I did like 7 out of 10.
That's not bad.
Yeah. It's just like the 3 questions and stuff were like really stupid. And I was like, I'm fucking stupid. You know?
Done.
No, but some of the questions that I thought that I would get wrong, I got right. So.
Oh, gotcha. That's good.
I learned something.
Good. That's good.
I learned something.
You're learning. Yeah, I had an exam Friday too, but I thought I was gonna bomb.
How'd you do?
It's concrete.
It's concrete.
Like, I took steel and timbers already, and I somehow passed both those classes with A's. I don't know how I did that, because I shouldn't have gotten A's in those classes, but I did. But concrete has been rough, to say the least, because...
What do you do in those classes?
We pretty much calculate this. We do structural analysis and like load calculations for different materials. So like when you design a building, you know how much it'll hold. And so I don't even know. Like right now, what did we just do? We calculate nominal strength, nominal moment, flexural deflection, mixtures, and other stuff. Oh, reinforcing. That's the big one with concrete, is calculating how much reinforcing a certain size member needs based off of the load calculations, based off of the reduction factors and shear factor. And there's a lot that goes into concrete. A lot more than I thought. It
just went like right over my head.
I'm sorry. I mean, the thing is, I'm not even going to do this in real life. I'm an architect, not an architectural engineer. So I'll just be like, yo, homie, calculate this for me. Thank you. And tell me how much it will cost. And then we just move on. But it's fine. I guess I'll be doing it. But
yeah, I haven't really done a whole lot this week, I think. I hung out with a friend last night.
Which friend?
Sarah.
Oh, I like Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
We drank some wine.
Oh, it was a wine night. Happy night.
Yes.
That's good. That's good.
We drank wine and watched Archer.
Oh, Archer's funny. It's been popping up on my TikTok feed, and I was like...
Really?
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to watch Archer this sign. But I also get really graphic anime comic ads. They're like, check this out. And I'm like, oh! Like, by graphic, I mean like... Spicy. I was like, oh, there's a love triangle.
Oh, but I was reading this really cute comic the other day. It was like about 2 characters, and like one of them was sick, like terminally ill, like and dying. Like he only had a year left to live.
Love that. There's a timeline.
Yes, there's a timeline. And then like,
so is it one of those that like
BL,
the timeline?
But it's
of
a
course.
BL. And
Mola's the BL.
And Oh yeah, and then
terminally ill.
Yeah, terminally ill. I was like, where was I going with this?
Like, what's going on?
And then like the other guy who's like been in love with like the terminally ill guy or for like a really long time, like was finally like, I'm gonna tell him how I feel, and like now they're together.
Really sad.
I know.
Well, too bad your relationship's only gonna last a year.
Like within like the first 2 like chapters, I was like crying. I was like, and like the terminally ill guy always loved the other guy too, and like just never told him, and then he found out like he was dying.
Oh, that's
and
kind of sweet.
like he needs some like sort of transplant or something like that for his liver.
Did he give him his liver?
But he's only got like a 7% chance of actually even surviving the surgery, and so he was moved down to the bottom of the wait list.
Oof, the medical field is ruthless.
I know.
Organs are
He
ruthless.
was like, I'm not even like 10%, so of course they don't want to try to like transplant or, you know, because I might not even survive it, and then there goes a perfectly good organ.
Can you just transplant that organ to another body? Is that not how that works?
No.
I don't know how bodies work.
No, that would like be like no bueno.
No bueno.
Too many, like, the organs are only viable after a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
And so that's why literally, like, you get a call, like, if somebody needs, like, a heart, you get a call, you go in that day, and, like, you're already getting, you know, major heart surgery, you know?
Oh, wow.
Like, you do it that very day, because organs are really only viable for a couple hours.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, that's a very, like transplant surgeons and stuff like that, and, like, they're freaking heroes. Like, you gotta get in quick and, like, get out the bad to put in the good. And then even then, it's not a 100% chance that the organ's gonna take.
It's crazy. Oh, but yeah.
Medical world is scary, but it's exciting.
I don't know about that.
This is the world I'm going into.
I'm just building buildings that might not kill people.
May not. You put like a
We'll
torture room
sued,
at the
though.
bottom of like every building.
Everyone sues the architect that designs a building for the smallest thing. Like, they didn't get to see a view because they had to use an ADA ramp. So, like, if you have a view that you can only have if it's an accidental design because someone cut down a tree or a building got tore down across the street, and if you walk up the stairs you happen to have a view that wasn't originally intended, and the person that's on the ramp can't see it, very often the handicapped individual will sue the architect for not being ADA compliant.
What?
Because they weren't able to experience the full experience because of their handicap, so the building wasn't ADA accessible for the whole extent.
That sounds kind of stupid.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Because I can't account for future projects in other fields. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm going to give you a ramp. I'm going to make sure, like, lights, like, this is not ADA, like that light, because you need a little cord that goes all the way down in case you're in a wheelchair. So you'd have to make an add-on for that and stuff, but I'm done. I'm done with architecture. I hate it.
It's okay. You're getting somewhere.
Yeah, so Patreon, please help us out so I don't ever have to do architecture.
We just live off of this podcast for the rest of our lives.
This would be so much better.
Sometimes I do think about that. I'm like, what if we just, like, get so popular that...
It's never gonna happen. Sorry, I mean...
Hey!
I mean, maybe we'll get there, but, like, I'm hoping to do this as a side gig for a while, at least. Mm-hmm. Like, something to kind of, like, liven up my weeks and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like, we'll probably...
Like, doing this podcast was never really about monetary value for me.
Yeah, it was for fun. But it'd be nice where I could just review animes for the rest of my life.
Well, it would be nice if we could get, like...
I'll get the family disappointment.
Our Buzzsprout paid for and, like, all that kind of, you know...
Like, be able to upgrade to nicer equipment, maybe have guest stars more often.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 friends of mine, Chase and Nash, that want to be on the podcast because they want to talk about Naruto Shippuden. And I was like, I mean...
None of us? We've
never... I mean, it would literally be...
I've delved a little into Naruto, but...
I mean... We could just, like, be like, hey, you guys do the episode. We're taking a week off. Okay, but we should have another guest star on soon, Bill.
We'll know.
Talk about that. I don't know who, but we'll find
We gotta figure out who.
I would say Sean, but he's never here.
We'll see.
I wish Sean was back. I miss Sean. We haven't been able to watch food porn.
We can always do Gabe or Taylor or
We could review My Roommate is a Cat.
yeah. That one's actually a pretty cute one.
Yeah.
'Cause it, like,
oh, apparently Demon Slayer. You just texted me about
Yeah!
that. There's a second season.
Okay, I know. I was like online the other day, and all of a sudden an article popped up and stuff, and it was like, oh, Demon Slayer season 2 release date and all that kind of junk. And I was like, oh, cool. I'm gonna go see like when it's releasing. Expecting it to be like July of like 2021 or like November of 2021 or something like that. It's like, oh yeah, it's coming out like October 16th of 2020, and it's like. And it was like,
Wait.
and the movie will follow after it. Which does not make sense to me because the movie follows the exact sequence of the manga. Like, what happens in the movie happens after whatever in the manga.
I'm so confused. But
so I don't know how they're going to do that, but...
Which means October is going to have the final season of Attack on Titan come out, the new season of Haikyuu, the second part of the last season.
Yes.
And then, like,
oh,
now
gross.
Demon Slayer, you're like, oh. Exactly like that noise.
It's like anything I hear Haikyuu and I'm like, yes.
Your voice drops like 4 octaves and then like, yeah, that's fine. What else is coming out this season? This season has a lot of bangers coming out.
God of High School?
Yes.
I'm going to use my hands. Sorry, guys. I'm a hand user. I like to wave my hands. I like to talk with them. But...
talk with them?
Yeah. Okay, so...
Anywho.
God of High School?
Mm-hmm.
Just found out that it was originally a webtoon.
Oh, yeah. That's
Did not
also
know
one of
that.
the most creative liberties in terms of adapting that webtoon because the animation is nothing like the webtoon looks like.
Yeah, well, it's never going to be, but...
Fair enough.
And then also, Tower of God is a webtoon.
Yeah. You didn't
I did not know that. No, I was like on Webtoon yesterday and I came across it and I was like, holy crap, like how did I not realize this?
And Killing Stalking. When's that coming
out? I'm
out?
not excited for that one, but
you're like,
I'm more like scared, like because it's gonna be 3D. And so
you know what else is getting a Higurashi When They Cry.
Okay, that one's not as bad as like Killing Stalking, but
I mean, I want to see those ankles breaking in 3D.
I'm more nervous about like who are they going to use to voice the characters and stuff because it's a webtoon and so nobody knows like
well, I mean,
what the
what's different with a manga being adapted to an anime.
I just like I don't know, like having like killers and stuff. Like I've got this like voice in my head that I've thought of.
Let's
and
see,
like
Josh Grail, and
we got to go. It's gonna go through Japanese voice actors first before
I'm thinking about English dub actors because I don't know any Japanese. Sorry, Josh Grail and Bryce Peacock or whatever his name is.
For who?
I don't know. I don't know any of the characters. I just think those two voices.
Okay, like I think that like
wait, who plays Sebastian and Black
female?
Butler?
I don't know who
For Black Butler. Who
yeah.
plays Sebastian?
Oh, Sebastian. Michael J. Michael Tatum.
Who's the one that calls the guy mom?
Michael Tatum.
Yeah. J. Michael Tatum should play that person.
No, I don't see it. Like, he's got to have more of, like, a youthful, like, grunty voice, you know? Like, the guy that, like, plays, Mori in Oron?
Yes. That guy can't because he's no longer a voice actor.
He's not?
He's the guy that played Roy Mustang, right? From Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood? Yeah, he doesn't voice act anymore. He hasn't since,
I could see a voice, well, I could see a voice like that, you know?
Who else? Christopher Sabat.
Christopher Sabat.
I was watching the fan fiction tags that shouldn't exist one last night, and I was watching her series again because I just love hearing all the fanfics that shouldn't exist. Man, we just did like a 180 there. There's a 360. No, it's not. 360 is a circle.
360 is a circle.
These idioms are not working for me.
No, but I know that like the victim, you know, it's gonna have more of like on a girlier voice, you know.
So Josh Grail.
Yeah, I could see Josh Grail for like the victim, but for like like Sangwoo, which is what the
guy's name
is. Like he's got to have like a more like manlier voice, like, you know.
I'm trying to think.
Because like he's like, you remind me of my mom.
Bakugo's voice actor.
Yeah.
I think his
as long as he
is...
didn't go as like gruff as
Oh,
Bakugo.
have you seen? You've never seen Assassination Classroom. I was gonna say Carmen from Assassination Classroom, the guy with the red hair. I don't.
Oh,
remember.
Karma.
Mm-hmm. I thought it was Carmen, but whatever. It's fine.
I've always heard Karma, but
it's probably Karma. Yeah. So our camera just died. So this is no longer the first episode going to be on Patreon. Hopefully, Mo has it figured out by next week.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. It's fine. It's no.
It happens.
Yeah. But yeah, I know. So I think that's about everything about our life. I guess we could just upload our little intro about how our life has been going.
We could. I mean, you guys like sneak peek of like
what we look like in this shit show that's about to be ran.
Why not?
So should we finally get into the episode since we've been talking for literally 20 minutes?
Yes, let's actually get into the anime we're reviewing today.
Which we are reviewing Corpse Party this week for our Halloween themed episodes. Wow, that was poorly worded. Anyway, I love this show. I just love Gorvo.
It was a lot more gory than like what I thought it was gonna be.
Bitch, I was ready for this. I was like, 2 hours of straight gore. Here we come. I was ready. I was so excited for this.
Yeah, I know. It like the amount of detail and stuff that actually went into like the gore and stuff. I was like, man, this is actually kind of making me a little sick just looking at it.
I loved it. Every minute of it. I was like, yes. Me and Chase watched it together, and he was like, why? And I was like, yeah. I'm over here like, yes.
I found myself saying like, what the fuck? Like so many times throughout the show.
But I still loved it every minute. The scissors, oh yes. Anytime the scissors shot out, I was like, yeah. Stab them in the eye. And like, rip them out.
I'm not a very
see the guts.
big horror fan, like to begin with.
I love horror.
You know, but of course Halloween, you know, how can you not do horror?
Right.
But I actually really liked Corpse Party. Like, I'm not a big fan of, like, jump scares and, like, all that kind of...
I didn't feel like there was very many jump scares
or ghosts, really, you know?
Wow.
I can do, like, zombies and stuff like that, because I think I have it in my head that, like, zombies can exist, but...
Fair enough.
I've seen...
I mean, there wasn't that many jump scares, though, in Corpse Party.
No, I think it's just, like, the ghost aspect of it that, like... Ugh.
Yeah, that was a lot. Anyway, do you want to start talking about the production information?
Yes, let's get into Proto. So, Corpse Party, the anime, we're not talking about the game, we're talking about the anime.
Yes.
Called Corpse Party Tortured Souls.
They were definitely tortured.
Is directed by Akira Iwagana.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. We'll go with it.
Giving you credit, Ikeda.
Where credit be due.
Where credit be due. Music by Music was by Aso Himoto. I'm doing bad today.
I guess we've switched roles today.
And Takashi Hamada. The studio was
Takashi Hamada. Isn't that really prevalent? Like
Takashi Hamada was one of the guys that like works on the game.
Oh, gotcha.
He does music for the game.
Okay, that makes sense. I recognize the name. I think it's the same way that does Danganronpa then.
Mm-hmm.
I think they've worked on similar projects.
The studio was Asread, and they've done other animes such as Future Diary and...
Yes!
I knew you were going to say that. And Adi Futera from Commonplace to World's Strongest, which really good anime.
I'm sorry, I'm just still on the you know.
Corpse Party was released July 24th of 2013. It's got a 4-episode count, so you can easily watch it.
Yeah, it's a 4-episode OVA. It's only 30. They're 30 minutes per episode though, so it's only 2 hours long. There's also the missing footage, which came out before. That one's a little different. It's not as good as the 4-episode OVA, from what I've heard, because I didn't watch missing footage. The video game is really good. It's on 3DS. It's on PlayStation,
Switch, whatever.
Like literally on your Windows computer. It's your PC. I don't know how gaming stuff works.
Yeah, the video game was created by Makoto Koden. It was originally released in 1996, so it is a like the original Corpse Party, so it's a very old game.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's a very old game.
That's like super popular.
Yes, but it's like super popular. It's got very many like spin-offs and like,
There's the one with the birthday.
Yes.
What's her name? Sachiko?
Sachiko?
Yeah, I was close.
Yeah.
Sachiko's birthday.
Sachiko's.
Yeah, and she literally has every. And I'm like, this girl's a creep. I don't like this girl.
Yeah, but so the anime that we're reviewing though was adapted from a video game. So
but fair warning, it was a very poor adaptation from the video game. Like it didn't follow like the video game very well.
I don't know. I've never played the video game, so I would like to go play it though to kind of like compare. And
yeah, so we'll talk about it more when we get to animation and story. But is there anything else you'd like to say about Proto?
I think that we got through all the Proto.
So for the synopsis, after performing a ritual, what the hell does this say? After performing activities that would white trash as
What white? Like, hold on, I want to see what.
That's what it looks like. I wrote it in the dark, so this is probably why. It literally says it's the
Wait, where?
It's the first sentence.
After performing
activities, maybe?
Arcana? I don't know.
Arcana?
That would send them.
I'll just bullshit this. Okay. I guess we're keeping that in. Okay. Anyway, synopsis. Pretty much what happens is after this group of friends perform a ritual that's supposed to like keep them as friends forever, they get summoned to another world. They get summoned to
multi-dimensional space.
Pretty much Heavenly Host Elementary, an elementary school where a lot of vicious murders and mysterious disappearances occurred that the new school was built over after it was teared down. But they pretty much have an earthquake. They fall through the floor. The 7 of them get transported to this other world. They've again split up within this school, and they pretty much have to figure out the mystery of why this school exists, this other dimension, what is fueling this curse, while avoiding getting butchered by these ghosts that are trying to kill them. And it's pretty much a who's gonna make it to the end type of anime. I think that's a pretty good synopsis.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty much also the story.
Basically what happens, like... We're not gonna like give it away or anything about like.
It's literally 4 episodes, so.
But it's a mystery type thing where.
Yeah, the mystery's a lot more.
You get more information as every episode comes.
It's a lot more mystery in the video game. It sounds like they really just bullet pointed the big points in the anime adaptation, and they just kind of took. So in the video game, you have wrong turns, like wrong ways, like you make the wrong choice, and you die very graphically, and so pretty much. This anime is adapting the most horrific deaths for each character and having that play out.
Fun.
And there's like barely any story. It's literally just what I just explained. And then...
there's like no character development or anything like that.
Yeah, so there's a little bit of character development in the video game. There's really not much. But like I said, it's more of just a gore fest. So that's what this anime is. You wouldn't watch this for character development. Which
you're just gonna go watch it to get like
the
heebie-jeebies and get your little horror on for Halloween.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the entire story. I feel like I don't think there's really much more to talk. Do you want to actually talk about the mystery aspect or?
Yeah, let's talk about the mystery aspect just a little bit.
It's a little bit of a spoiler. Pretty much a lot of these. How do we even explain this?
There was like a lot of deaths. Like we got to like the last episode, and I was like. Really, Sachiko wasn't even like the real killer all along. It was the principal.
It was like there's a lot of mysterious deaths that happen. A lot of students, like elementary age students, getting like butchered and their tongue getting cut out. A lot of tongues getting cut out.
I know the like animation of like the tongues and stuff. I was like, I don't like that.
And then like literally gutting these students and their entrails everywhere, and like these ghosts are pretty much like. They died violently and they need their tongues returned to them to get moved on. So that's kind of what they're doing. Some of the characters are doing that. Other characters are just dying. Other characters are
characters are just being stupid. Like that one Mayu girl, like only just sitting in there talking to the ghosts.
Yeah, sweet girl. She lasted like 4 lines.
She lasted 2 seconds.
And then like you have people like the teacher that literally just like didn't even have screen time.
Well, she basically made it to the end and then decapitated, like
just like gone. But like literally, like she was unconscious in a classroom the whole time. I was like, well, that sucks to be the teacher. But Yeah, and then there's this little girl that kind of runs around that looks like a nice ghost, but in reality, she's the most vengeful one, and she's batshit crazy and super creepy. She looks like the girl from The Ring, almost.
The grunge.
The grunge. And then you have that one ghost girl that's like with the little pentagram in her hair.
Yeah, the now or something. Like she's from a different school or something.
Yeah, and she's like, she's a nice ghost that kind of just chills, but
she's a nice ghost until like, because like she was the one that posted like the ritual thing on her website,
so a lot of people
but it was wrong, and she knew it was wrong.
Yeah, so she's just mean.
She's been killing a lot of people.
She's getting a lot of people killed. And then there's that one ghost that literally is just like wants to find his little sisters, so he like, yeah, that was weird.
I wasn't sure what his deal was, or like if he was actually looking for his little sister, or if that was just like something he was saying.
I don't know. And then there was the teacher that was stupid, and he was pretty much just a zombie at this point, and he's like very weak-minded, and the little girl's just manipulating him to do all this crazy shit.
Yeah, the teacher that like I guess couldn't talk or something.
Yeah, this anime was just
way too many characters and not enough time.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's only 4-episode OVA. If you played the video game, it'd probably make a lot more sense. But
yeah.
But yeah, so do you want to talk about some of the characters?
Yes.
Like we said, I don't know why I looked at the camera. That's not recording. Hello. Anyway, I guess we'll just bullet point each character and kind of talk about their most defining moment.
Defining?
Defining?
Defining.
But yeah, do you want to talk about the first character? It doesn't really matter what order we go in.
Let's talk about Satoshi Mochida.
Is that the dude?
The dude with the older brother. With the little sister.
He's an older brother?
Yeah, you know the little girl in the... You know, the one that got killed by...
Yeah, I know the little girl, but I didn't know he had an older brother as well.
No?
Oh, he's the older brother.
He's the older brother.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Anyway, this guy was nice. He seemed kind of genuine, kind-hearted.
He was kind of just there, like, for his little sister and stuff. And then I was really kind of confused about, like, who he was into. Like,
I thought he was into his little sister. No, not like that. Whoa!
No!
This is not incest. Not incest. Technically not incest?
We are not bringing those titles back up again.
I want that to be a title so bad. But yeah, I wasn't quite sure what was going on there either, but that's fine.
Yeah, I was like, is he in love, like, with the, like, green-haired girl? Or, like, does he... Or
girl.
whatever her hair color was, teal?
Naomi, the one with the boobs that was pretty much a safe haven for everyone.
Yeah, or I was like, who is... he in love with her? Like,
yeah, I don't know, but it didn't really make sense. But he was pretty cool.
Kind of...
So should we talk about each character and then talk about each character's death?
Yeah,
let's do that. So next character,
we have Naomi.
Yes, so Naomi, this bitch just sprained her ankle at the very beginning of this anime, and it just pissed me off the whole time. Like she couldn't do anything. She's just like limping around, and then she got fucking like possessed at one point, and I was like, this girl is crazy, and this girl somehow like makes it to the end, and I don't understand, but that's fine. And she literally, I think this was her most defining trait. Her boobs was like a safe haven for everyone. Either they were groping her boobs or their face was in her boobs. Like at the very first episode.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, nice, good job. You're providing a lot to the world right now with your titties.
Yeah, she made it out and then she just went crazy. Yeah. For the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
Which wouldn't, doubt that happening. Like, who wouldn't go crazy after, like, they just went through all that?
Honestly, there were some characters that are like, I'm unfazed by this. I'm like, you're crazy. Like, what? And then there's some characters that are like, I can't function in society. And I was like, y'all need to, like, get your act together. But
have a happy medium.
Right. But yeah, so next character, do you want to talk about?
Ayumi Shinozaki.
Is that the main chick?
Which is the bitch that did most of the work throughout
but she's also the bitch that got them all in this situation. She's like,
true.
I want to go to this other world because I love that girl's blog, and so I want to go bring all my friends there, but I didn't realize they would all get butchered, literally.
Well, I don't think that she was wanting to bring them into the world. I think she was just wanting to, like...
She wanted to go to that world.
I don't think that it was said in that, was it?
Yeah, she kind of, like, she knew that they would, like, something would happen, like, this is how she went missing, and she still I don't know, this girl was crazy, but she did all the mystery solving, and, like...
Like, she was like the one that was like talking to the ghosts and got all the tongues back, and like, you know,
Yeah, she was the only one
she was the one on top of it.
This girl was crazy.
And then she was like, she got back to her world, and then
oh yeah, let's talk about this real quick. No, we'll talk about when we get to the other character that got sent back. But yeah, oh my god, that's a whole nother thing I want to talk about. But yeah, this girl she seemed kind of genuine. Like, I was like, this girl had the most development. She cried in the middle because all her friends were dead.
yeah. I mean,
character
like,
development in horror anime.
I mean, all I can really say about this girl is that she's the one that did all the work, and then the other two just kind of coasted along and grabbed onto her.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But, so next character, I will talk about Yuka Mochida, which is
the little
the
sister.
girl, which her most defining trait was Oni-Channn.
Oni-Channn.
Literally, she's the younger sister for that one dude that Mo talked about earlier.
The very first guy.
And she literally the entire time just said Oni-Channn. I don't think she had any other words than I have to pee and Oni-Channn and screaming. I don't think she said anything else ever.
I don't know. It really kind of pissed me off.
This girl
when
was
she
so
went off
useless.
with the other dude.
Right?
Like, you don't even know this guy. Like,
also, why didn't she just fucking piss in the middle? It's not like this is an immaculate institution. You've seen fucking ghosts.
okay, what also made me mad was that they were looking for a working toilet. I was like, just
pee. Just pee. Just pee.
Like, this building is run down. There's absolutely no plumbing. Like,
literally, I was like, girl, you're stupid. You a stupid
okay,
bitch.
what also really made me mad, though, was that the brother went back inside.
Yeah, I get it. Your sister needs to pee, and don't be a creep.
Can you, not turn around?
But you guys are in a strange place with fucking ghosts. Like, I'm sorry. If I was with my friend and they had to pee, I would just stand right next to them. I do not care. Take a squat and take a piss. I'm standing there. Wow, I'm not going in a fucking building by myself. No. I'm not getting killed.
That part really pissed me off. I was like, why is he going back inside?
And then he just left it with the other little girl, like the ghost girl. And I was like, no. You don't.
It's like,
no.
Why wouldn't you see the little grunge girl and be like, she looks a little weird. Maybe I shouldn't leave my sister
was just like,
with her.
Oh yeah, the little grunge girl. She's cool. What? No! I don't care. Anyway, so that's that character. We'll talk about her death in a little bit. The next character I have, you want to talk about another character?
Let's talk about Seiko.
Seiko
Shinohara.
I liked her hair.
Yeah, the little, like, twirly
hair. I was like, yes, I know who this character is based off.
She was the first one that died.
Yeah. It was kind of unfortunate how she died too. We'll talk about that. But like, literally all she did was just jump into the Naomi's boobs and ask for ass cream. Like, she literally is the ass cream girl. That is what she's going to be known for.
Oh my god.
She's like, do you have some of that ass cream so I can use it? And then she went to the bathroom by herself. I'm like, no. You don't go. Guys, if you're stuck in a haunted house or a separate dimension, you don't go anywhere by yourself.
Or if you just go in, like, a place that looks run down, like, why would you separate from someone?
Also, the amount of times people had to go to the fucking bathroom in this anime, I was just like, I do not understand.
It's like, were you just, like, holding it all day or something?
Right?
Like... But yeah, she's the first one that died, and she got hanged.
Yeah, she got hung real good.
Yeah.
But, next character I'll talk real quick about... Yoshika Kishamura.
Yoshiki, the other dude.
Yeah, the other dude, he had blonde hair. He kind of looked like a jock. This guy literally had the opportunity to live and decided, like, nah, fam, I'm gonna go back to the demon world. And
then got bruled in the most...
Right. Literally, like, they're like, oh, you guys helped return all of our tongues, so we let you escape this dimension. And then
they don't take it.
And that one chick, the blue-haired chick from the beginning, they were like, but our friends. And he was like, nah, fam, I'm living. And the other girl's like, actually...
Well, how did he even get back? I don't know. That's the part that really makes me mad. I'm like, how did he even get back? Because the portal closed and, like...
I don't know. But, like, literally, I was like, you don't even know if your friends are still alive. They're not. Spoiler alert. Or they're about not to be. I was like, you should just give up at this point. I was so upset like that. I was like, dude, you could have lived. And his death was pointless. Oh my god. But yeah, do you want to talk? We already kind of talked about the sensei. Do you want to talk about her a little bit, the teacher?
Yeah, Yui Sensei. I mean, like we said, she was literally on screen for maybe 5 minutes and then got decapitated.
She's a little creepy, but yeah, that's about it for her. And then we talked about cat character.
Morishige.
Oh, that one dude, yeah.
Yeah, the really weird dude that was like obsessed with like the corpses.
Yeah, he kept taking photos of corpses, and I was like, oh.
And he was like in love with like Mayu.
Yeah, and Mayu is the girl I was about to transfer, but they even did the ritual for, and then like she was just talking to dead people.
Yeah, she's just sitting in there talking, but he was the one that like he went crazy like when he found out like Mayu died.
Oh my god, yeah. And then you want to talk about the villain? I mean, we already talked about her though. The Sachiko. She's super creepy grunge girl.
Yeah, she's the villain and stuff.
Her life story was tragic.
But like when you find out like how like Sachiko died and stuff, you can see like why she was very vengeful.
Pretty much like she was like she was the first victim really. And like
really the murderer was the principal, but
yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, so now we can talk about the deaths. So only 2 characters survived in the end, which was Naomi, that bitch, and then Shinozaki, also the other bitch. I mean, I like both of these characters. I'm glad they survived, but they were literally like, both of them were problem children. They caused a lot of issues for everyone.
One of the girl did all the work, and the other girl just kind of like
Naomi literally killed Sayaka. Like that one girl with the hair. She literally hung her.
Yeah. She didn't realize, though.
Yeah, she didn't because she was possessed, but still. So that's the first death was Sayaka, and she literally got hung. That's fine. Chill. Casual. Very traumatic. Ass crack girl just got like...
It's like a test or something like...
Whatever. And then...
Wait, what was the blackening? Like, I never really understood that. Like, they were like, oh, Naomi's like undergoing the blackening.
Oh, that's the curse.
Okay.
The curse that fuels this place and gives the energy, and it makes you twist into despair because the other guy, the next death, I think was that. Well, I guess technically the next death was Mio, that one girl that was talking to the girls. Yeah, literally because the sensei's like, hey, you really shouldn't be talking to those ghosts, and you guys should like leave her alone. And the little girl was like, no, they're my friends. And the ghost girls were like, I'm pissed at you. And so they literally like picked this girl up and dragged her face through the ground and then slammed her into a wall, and her guts and everything went everywhere. Like, it was pretty graphic. Like, hanging is pretty upsetting, but like it's not near as bad as...
Yeah, that was like... And then Morishige like came up and he's like, this is very recent. And he started taking pictures of it.
The body, and then he went crazy because the dead girl literally was like, don't look at my insides, and he just like lost it because the girl he liked was dead. And
then he started going around killing. He didn't kill anyone.
He just was killing bodies. Like, he was just crushing corpses.
Yeah, he's just crushing corpses, which was so freaking weird. I was like...
And then he tried killing
Yuka.
Yeah, and Yuka was like,
and then
and running around.
Brother dude.
Guys, there's so many characters in this anime.
Other brother dude, we're gonna call him that, came and like with a knife and just the way that he like put the knife like in his neck and stuff, and there was like a hole that...
Oh, it was very good. I literally liked that one. Like,
I was like, what? Like, what?
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. I loved all the deaths. Who was the next death? Who was the next person to die?
The other brother dude, I think.
Well, he never really died. He kept coming. I think he was already dead.
Really?
I'm not sure if he was still alive and just chilling in this place, or...
I could never tell if he was alive or if he was a ghost.
But he definitely died at some point.
Yeah, well, he definitely died.
And then... Who saved her?
Yoshiki. Because, like, the other brother dude...
Also, the timeline didn't really make sense because it kept switching between different characters after... So, like, we started off with Naomi and Sayako's whole thing, and then... there was a lot of like, this is kind of a cool aspect.
Yeah.
They showed like candles being lit, or like a bucket full of tongues, or like a stall door being closed, which you would switch to other people's perspectives, and they would be the ones lighting the candles for everyone to see, or they would try going to the stall door but it was closed, but realized that's where the girl was hanging from. Like, it was very subtle, but there was a lot of people that would enter in a room and they wouldn't see each other because the curse wouldn't let them see each other.
Yeah.
So a lot of things were happening at the same time and no one was noticing. But you would see the corpses in every single
dimension.
Yeah, it was super trippy. Like, there's a lot of little subtle things. If I watched again, I think I would enjoy to see those little, like, changes.
Yeah, once they kind of, like, pointed that out and stuff, and then, like, I saw, like, the bucket of tongues and the candle and then the stall door and, like,
yeah, a lot of little, like,
the organs and
teasers
stuff
here and there. Yeah, it was really nice.
I'd be like, oh, I could probably piece together the timeline.
Yeah, for sure. And so the next character that died, which she was not in the original anime, in the original video game, 5 characters survived. It was Naomi, Shinozaki, the siblings, and then that blonde-haired guy.
Yoshiki.
They were the original survivors. But Yuka got, like, kidnapped by the zombie janitor person, and the zombie janitor person, like, no, she was hiding, and then the guy, her, like, fake older brother came over and, like, tortured the shit out of her.
Like, popped her eye out, and then, like, started stabbing her, and, like...
This girl, like, somehow was still...
She gonna die in, like, 2 seconds.
Her entrails, like, her insides were everywhere. And then, like, then fucking that one girl and then that dude with the blonde hair showed up, and they're like, actually, we decided to come back to save you guys. Great job, because everyone's already dead. But, like, whatever. And then, like...
And then the Yoshiki dude, like, gets stabbed, and then he's, like, holding the door shut, and the other guy...
dude just, like, rips through his face?
Rips through his freaking head. It is, like, that one, I was like, whoa. That's cool. That was
a pretty graphic one, too. And I was like, dude, you could have lived. You're stupid.
I know.
And then, like, Yuka, of course, died, because she...
Well, yeah, she was gonna die. Like, she got blood loss.
Yeah, and, like, so the only 4 survivors left were, Naomi, and then the
Naomi,
dude.
Shinozaki, and Mochida.
Yeah, and then the sensei, who was still somehow alive because she got knocked unconscious earlier in the anime, and then she kind of woke up, stumbled around, there was an earthquake, and she got decapitated by falling wood. Like... What the hell?
Like, I think they just did that to kill her off. Because...
Right? Like, she was just chalking to Shinozaki. And literally, like, she's like, it's not your fault that everyone's dead. Bitch, it's kind of your fault everyone's dead, but whatever. And then the shink, it just head.
Shink.
And then they confronted the girl at the end, and there was a whole climatic thing that didn't really make sense. I mean, it made sense, but it was kind of like, the fuck's going on? And then they had to perform the stupid ritual. Oh, this made me so mad. And they and Naomi's like, I lost my slip of the charm and stuff that I have to use to get back. So the dude's like, actually, use mine because I also have Yura's because I took it off her Yuka because I took it off her dead body. Apparently,
turns out it wasn't even Yuka's.
Yeah, it was the other dude that killed Yuka, and then they get summoned back to the real world. And the 2 girls. Do you want to explain this?
The only way I can explain it is arms.
Yeah, like, literally, like, they're looking at this dude where he should be, and they're each one of them is holding one of his arms, because he didn't come back.
He's not there.
And
his arms came back.
Anime, guys. So uplifting and wholesome.
Let's talk about some animation.
Dude, sorry, that took a lot longer, but we kind of covered a lot of the animation with the talk of the gore.
Yes.
What do you have any first comments you want to make about the animation?
I really liked it. Okay, like, I think that they did really good detail with the gore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, as I was saying, like, the tongues were, like, really weird. And, like, I was like, ooh. But I like how they just didn't censor anything. You know, like,
oh, yeah.
I feel like with horror anime, it's a really big thing to put a big, long black line across anything that's, like, gory.
Oh, this one didn't pull any punches.
I know, and
they were like,
I really
let me
appreciate
rip your tongue out. Oh, I loved it.
Like, then they would actually
snip,
show, you know, scenes of, like, the tongues getting cut out and stuff, and I'm like, rah!
And you're like, what the fuck? I liked it a lot. Like, I thought the animation was really good. Like, there might not have been a story, but they made that gore to the next level, and I loved it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, my favorite part, though, was the camera angles. You know how anytime something happened, it would just shift. It was like at an angle, and it would go shink, and it would just be straight. Or like it would do the opposite and have that cool sound effect.
Yeah.
I loved it. The little like tie-ins,
The like mystery type thing.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that was good. And the tie-ins with each different parallel,
the multi-dimension.
Yeah, the multi-dimension, like the candle, or like the dead bodies, or the tongues, or the closed stall door, or the ass cream on the floor. That fucking ass cream was everywhere. I don't understand. But I loved it. Like, I really thought it had good animation.
I did too. Like, the characters and all that, and like very standard anime character design. I thought the character
designs were pretty good.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. They were just very standard. Like, there wasn't anything really unique about them.
Yeah, I thought they were good.
But
I liked it.
I think it was like the background animation that really did it for me.
Yeah, it did really. Oh, they used a lot of CGI for like the background scene changes, and they did a really good job with that. I really liked it. It really added to the effect of the anime. I really liked the music aspect to this. Like, the sound effects is what made this anime so scary. Because just watching it without the audio, no big deal. But the sound effects are so realistic. Like, cutting tongue was so realistic.
I know.
The screams, the stabbing, the guts falling out.
Like, these voice actors did really good. Like,
oh, in both the sub and the dub, it was really
There's
good.
a dub?
Actually, I watched a sub. I have no idea if it was good.
Yeah, I watched it subbed.
Yeah, I don't watch horror dubbed usually. But yeah, the voice actors did a really good job. The music really added to the creepy aspect, you know. Did you like the opening?
I really did like the opening. I mean, it was okay. Like, I liked the music, but for the most part, it was kind of just like them showing all the characters until like the very snippet at the end of the opening where it was actually like blood gore type,
yeah,
you
which
know?
I kind of liked. It was like, it was very subtle, and I liked it. It was very similar to like Another's opening to a certain extent. I liked it. Chase really liked it, the song too, which I need to add to my playlist. I have a lot of creepy stuff.
Add it to the playlist.
Add it to the playlist. It's over 12 hours. It's almost 13. Dear freaking Jesus. Like, it was like, it's getting long.
Well, you'd be good on an overseas plane ride, so.
Except I skipped like every song. I realized that the other day. I was like, I only listen to like.
I want you to just sit there and listen to that entire playlist, like, one day.
I'll do it. I do it a lot, actually, because I have 12-hour days on campus. So I go through the whole playlist. Oh my gosh. It's fine. But, yeah, sound effects music was what made that anime, I felt like. They had some cool visual stuff, too. Final thoughts?
Corpse Party. Very gory. If you like gore, this is for you.
Yeah, if you want a gore fest, let's watch it. Don't watch it for character design. Don't watch it for character development or story. Watch it for the gore.
Yeah.
I wish it was longer. I really wish it was longer.
Yeah, I think it would have done really good, like, longer and stuff. Like,
I wish they added, like, more of the mystery aspect and stuff and kept that going. I think that would have been really cool.
Instead of, like, one girl, she's like, I've solved it all, let's go. You know?
Which I think that's kind of what happened in the video game, too, but...
Probably.
There's a lot of playable characters, I think, but... I don't know. It was a good anime. I enjoyed it.
I did, too. I'm glad that we finally, like, sat down and watched it.
Me, too. I do have a question I want to ask you.
Go for it.
So... If you were what was his name? The blonde guy's head guy, and then the blue-haired girl. Yeah, those two characters. No, the blonde-haired guy.
Yoshiki.
Yeah, and then the blue
Shinozaki
girl. And you were like, you were brought to the real world, and you're like, and the ghost is like, yes, I was able to bring you back here, but your friends are still trapped. What would you have done? Would you have gone fucking back to save your friends, or would you said bye?
This makes me feel like a bad person, but, like, it depends on who those friends are.
Yes, I understand.
Like, if it was, like, Taylor or something, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm going back, but...
Really?
Yeah. Taylor's, like, my best friend.
I understand. I don't know, but they were literally like, yeah, some of them are already dead. Like, they were literally told that. I
would have just asked, like, who's dead?
Yeah, like, if I had gotten some clarity of, like, who's still alive or not and, like, how likely it is that we'd come back, the ghost was really like, yeah, you guys probably won't be coming back. You will have to solve the entire mystery. I I probably would have stayed back. I would have been like, no matter who it was. Like, I'm trying to
Then
think.
again, I feel like the guilt would have ate away at me. You know,
Survivor's guilt would have been really bad. I definitely would have felt guilty. But like, I'm trying to think, if I was genuinely in this situation and I was with one person and we were back, let's say Emma and I were back and our friend group was there, I'd be like, Emma, I'm not going back. Like, I love everyone there, but half of them are probably already dead, and I don't want to die yet. Like, if there's no guarantee of coming back, then no, I wouldn't go back. I'm trying to think if there's anyone I would go back for. No, maybe no, not Carson. I mean, maybe no. Sorry, Carson, I wouldn't come back for you.
You wouldn't even come back for me?
No, would you come back for me?
No.
We knew. I'd be like, I'm sorry, Mo, but I'll keep the podcast going in your memory. Like,
we know each other too well.
Yeah. I mean, it's not, I would be upset, I would be sad, but like,
I don't know, I guess just survivor's guilt would be very big for me.
Yeah,
you know, like,
true.
I feel like I just want to go back and like, just because, you know, I feel like survivor's guilt would kill me in the end.
If I had 7 friends that I was super close with, I would go back. But if it was like 7 friends from studio, nah, fam.
Nah.
I'll be like, nah, bitch. I'd be like, I'm not going back for any of y'all. I mean, there's like 1 or 2 people I might know. Sorry, guys. Probably not. But yeah. So that's Corpse Party. It was a trip. Do you want to do a music rec real quick?
Yes, let's do our music rec. So the music rec I have today is from an anime that I watched a while ago. It is not my favorite opening. In fact, I really don't even like this opening.
Then why the fuck are you recommending it?
Because I realized that it might be somebody else's niche. You know?
Fine. We're going to be inclusive. Whatever.
And, you know, even though there's some parts of the song that I really like, but all in all, I didn't really like it.
You're like, I didn't like it, but it's fine.
But somebody else might like it. And so, you know, I'm also kind of running out a little bit here.
I'm not. I have so much more.
I know you. I know. So we are doing the opening to Ari Futera from Commonplace to World's Strongest. The song is called Flare, and it's by Beat Saber.
Beat Saber?
Beat Saber.
Like the video, a VR game?
Yeah, like Saber, like Saber.
Yeah, so Beat Saber is literally the VR video game.
I don't know if it's the VR video game.
But yeah, like it's literally Beat Saber, like the VR video game. That's kind of funny. Like, what type of genre is it? Like, is it
it's
like electro?
It's like, yeah, it's very electro, and it's just kind of weird. Like, there's like a certain part in it that I really like, but that's like the only part.
Okay.
It's just kind of like the whole time, and I'm like, skip.
Well, if y'all like that, go check it out.
The anime's really good.
Y'all check it out, because Mo really sold that one right there.
I told y'all it's not my favorite, so
I
can't really describe it. I can't really, you know.
That's funny.
I'm trying not to say anything bad about it, but.
Well, I guess I'll
what
do
about you?
mine. I'm recommending a good one, thank you. I'm recommending the Death Note opening one, The World by Nightmare. Are you okay?
Didn't you do that one last week?
No, I did Parasite. I changed it last minute.
Oh, okay. I was like,
yes.
I'm pretty sure we had a conversation about this last week.
Yes, I changed my mind last minute. And if not, then check out Parasite's opening. It's one of the two. But I liked this one a lot. It really got you in the... Oh, it's like heavy metal. Like it's... Everyone knows the opening. But, and the opening is just really good. Like the way they have... We've talked about it before in Top 10
The back and forth, the Renaissance.
Yeah, everything was really cool. I love the music. I like the second opening a lot too. I'll literally... The second one's like Screamo, and I'll literally be like... in my car. I love it. It's great. Everything's great.
Everything's great.
So that's our music. Do you want to do our shameless plug?
Shameless plug. We are on Instagram and Twitter. On Instagram at Vengers Anime Edition, as I tell you every week. And then on Twitter at Anime Bingers.
Yeah, and eventually Patreon whenever you get that posted.
Yep.
And then we'll have videos. We might post the beginning of this video. Who knows? Because that was a hot mess somehow.
Yeah.
And then
It's fine.
It's fine.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect. We're figuring this out. We're kind of a train wreck whenever we did this. There's always technical difficulties with us. But yeah, next week we're going to be reviewing Shiki, which is another horror anime.
We're doing horror anime for the next 2 weeks, guys.
Yeah,
so
I hope you guys like it because I sure do. But Shiki's like the vampire one. I'm excited to watch it. The animation looks pretty good. So.
Compared to the other two, which are more like killing type things, I'm, and not very like supernaturally, well, besides Corpse Party, but, I'm excited to see like people, vampire type.
There's a lot of murder in this one too.
Okay, I know that, but like, I'm excited to see like the other aspect of like horror, like the vampire type.
It's more philosophical,
theological. Too many articles.
Okay, well, that was gross. I'm sorry, guys, but it's more about the idea of like who's the real villain? Is it the humans or the vampires? So it's going to bring up those questions, and I'm excited to watch it. But yeah, so please check us out next week and listen to that episode. I think that's about it. Do you have anything else to say?
I don't think so.
All right, thank you guys for joining in this week.
Thank you guys. Keep on binging, and we'll see you next week.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.